In a world where mental health matters, through Food for Thought, we aim to create awareness and empower individuals to take charge of their mental well-being. Join us as we delve into the complexities of mental health and navigate the path towards healing and resilience. Food for Thought with Professor David Bitte.
We began a series last week talking about parenting and mental health, looking at the family setting and how mental health issues play out within the family. We didn't finish our conversation. This is part 2 of that conversation. What happens in a case where, because we have a lot of single parents nowadays, raising up children on their own, especially women, at least if it's a home where you have both parents and one has a mental health issue, and the other one can give the support. What happens in the case of a single parent who has a mental health issue and they don't even realize they have it?
Well, at the same time, it's also very important not to give the impression that that you are having a problem because there is no father figure. In the house. Please don't blame people. They don't choose more often than not. I believe they don't choose, just happens to them. It could have happened to anybody else. And it may also be that the husband passed on for some reason. So let us not appear as if we are stigmatizing single parent homes. But to answer your question, if that happens, it's a little bit difficult for the mother, especially if it's a mother who has got a problem, and there is nobody, an authoritative figure in the house who will say, let's go and, in a nice way, let's go and look for some help. And the children, of course, are extremely worried. This is our only parent, and this is happening, what is going to happen, and they start, quite often they blame themselves. That our mother is like this because we are not good children. So it becomes extremely delicate. And the problem is, they may never see somebody because they don't know what is happening. Yes. And therefore, I don't know how we can get to every family. And you get, I think Family TV is doing a wonderful job. And that's the only way. That's the only way out.
Create awareness.
Create awareness. I think basically we have been talking about mental illness arising in individuals, father, mother, children, affecting the relationship. But there are also other issues where it's not nobody in the family. There's no necessary person in the family who has a mental illness that is the cause of this problem, but because of relationship, people having different perspectives, seeing things in a slightly different way, people belonging to a different type of generation, and different generation, they see things in a slightly different way as opposed to the children, and the children they develop their own languages so that they can talk about their parents when the parents don't quite understand what is going on. In other words, there is also an element of alienation. They feel alienated. And we've seen this happen quite a lot. Maybe also cultural issues. This is the way I was brought up. This is the way things should be done. And no, my friends, the children say, my friends are doing this, they are allowed to do the things like this, which you don't allow us to do. I think we should be sensitive to that. And there are several ways of going about that, and the most important of them is dialogue. And don't underestimate the children. Children have, in many ways, they want to have dialogue with parents. And one of the things that I have seen, because there's a group here where they go out into the communities and they talk with parents and children together. And let's say young children, maybe high school or just finished high school, and they're out there in the village or with the families, spending a lot of time within the family circles, and misunderstandings arise for various reasons. The assumption is that the children are not sensible. The assumption is that the children are not reasonable.
Yeah.
But I have seen situations, to my surprise, where if you bring parents and children and you give the children the opportunity to talk, they will tell you in a very constructive way that these are the problems that we're having. We love our parents, but we feel that we don't get understood. Mom and dad, allow your children to say whatever they want to say. Just listen to them, and you be respectful to your parents. Tell them whatever it is that you're having a problem with in the family. And the little girl, believe me, she must have been 5, 6, very small girl, said, "Doctor, is it true that they will allow us to say what we want to say?" Said, "Yeah, they have just said. Can you confirm to your children that you have allowed them to say what they want to say?"
Yes.
I said, "Yes." Okay, say the girl gets say, "Doctor, I'll tell you what the problem here. My brother is a very good boy. Yeah, I have a wonderful brother." And I could see that parents getting jittery.
Yes.
The problem is, tell them, "Doctor, we don't need their money."
Wow.
Yeah. Yes, good. They take us to London for shopping. They take us to holidays. That's fine. We have television. We eat everything. We don't want that. We just want our parents.
Wow.
And that was powerful. So he said, "What do you want from your parents?" "We just want to sit together," because these parents, we are not. We in a class on their dinners outside there.
Yes.
Let them come and eat. If they go and eat over there, let them go and eat over there. But let us, when they come, let us eat together. We just want our parents.
You just want them.
We just want our parents.
Wow.
Yeah, and the parents, well, they took it very well, and the things improved. John went back to this high-class school. He was just protesting, not being able to. He was trying to get the attention of the parents. This is what I'm saying. And then there are. So we have seen that that was a long time ago, and with the research that we are doing here, another group, not me, I just oversee it. They are getting parents and children to talk. And when they talk, they resolve some of these issues.
Things, yes.
And they also understand, maybe the children understand, the parents don't mean bad, they actually mean well for them, but they have no way of articulating that. The parents, the children also mean very well for the parents, but they have no way, they have no forum for articulating that. So dialogue within the family circles is really important.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, because we live in right now, everybody's complaining about the high cost of living, and life is just on a fast pace, and whether it's in the office or whether it's within the family, there's a lot of stress. So as a parent, what is one supposed to do to ensure that this stress doesn't get to them? Because you don't end up being depressed, you don't end up with anxiety. How do you take care of yourself?
I think you are basically talking about prevention.
Yes.
So that it does not happen. Yes, it is true. Many people are going through all kinds of stress in this country, in very many other countries. I've just been talking to some people from a neighboring country where we all know is war, I think to be very, very specific, Sudan.
Yeah.
And they were telling me what they are going through. They had run away from their country. And it's extremely stressful. Somebody else called me from another. This morning, things are very bad.
Wow.
So it seemed to be a global phenomenon.
Yeah.
Whereas in some of those countries, they can go to to their counselors, they are well informed, they realize that they have a problem and there is a place where they can get help, they probably get that kind of help. But what about here?
Yes.
When they don't have that kind of access to good facilities to people. So it looks like the most important tool that we have at this point in time, when we do not have access to people who can help, is for you, the dad, the mother, the children, to know when they are developing anxiety, when they are developing stress, knowing how irritability can be a very common presentation, being withdrawn and things like that. They realize that they have this problem. And then the people in the family, they know dad is not behaving like this because of that, or somebody's, or mom is, or the child is not behaving like this because of they don't care. I think it is when everybody in the family becomes a carer for the other one. Take the example of what happened during COVID. You would have expected that people, the children being at home and parents and children and mother and both parents being at home most of the time, you would have expected that was going to be a cause of celebration. But we know what happened because people were staying there for they didn't interact properly. There was a lot of stress, and we know depression increased, teenage pregnancy, and all kinds of problems that happened. So you cannot live a life without stress. I think it's a degree of stress that matters. The most important thing is to know I am stressed. These are the symptoms of stress. Other people in the family realize that. And can we talk about it? How can we manage the situation in our family situation? I think that's
don't allow it to get out of hand.
Don't allow. It is only through talking, dialogue and dialogue and dialogue. Yes.
Okay. That's all the time we have for Food for Thought with Professor Ndetei. Thank you for being a part of it. These are important conversations because somebody once told me that home is where life makes up its mind. The family unit is the most important unit of every community. If we get the families right, the community will fall in place. So send this message to as many people as you can. If you're watching us on TV, check out our YouTube channel, Family Media. You'll find all the recordings we've done with Professor Ndetei, over 100 recordings on mental health issues. Listen to them, forward them to as many people as you can. Until next week, for the third part of this series, do have a great day.
Food for Thought with Professor David Ndetei.